ready.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Village of Forest Park Village Council meeting will come to order. This is our May 8th regular council meeting. We begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. If you're able, please rise. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Madam Clerk, would you call the roll?
Commissioner Burns.
Here.
Commissioner Maxim.
Here.
Commissioner Nero.
Here.
Commissioner Vogt.
Here.
Mayor Hoskins.
Here. Okay, approval of the minutes. Is there a motion to approve the April 24 Village Council meeting minutes?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Maxim. Is there a second?
Nero second.
Seconded by Commissioner Nero. Discussion? Okay, if there's no discussion, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Burns.
Aye.
Commissioner Maxim.
Aye.
Commissioner Nero.
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye. Public comment.
Etta Worthington.
Hi,
Hi.
I came tonight for all of you and especially you because I wanted to publicly congratulate our newly elected officials. Congratulations, Mayor Hoskins, on running a clean and honest campaign and keeping focused on what Forest Park can become. I also want to congratulate a majority of the voters in Forest Park who by their vote indicated they didn't want to return to the 1950s. I look forward to your next 4 years, Mayor, as you continue your work focusing on equity, inclusion, and diversity. I look forward to seeing the new businesses that will become part of Forest Park as a result of your hard work. Congratulations to Commissioners Nero and Vogt as they start their second, I believe, full terms. I look forward to seeing more green initiatives, more focus on policy that will help local citizens be more responsible as citizens of a world facing climate change. Even more on making buildings and property owned by the village move into conformity with policies that other cities around the world, around the country have adopted. I look forward to continued and increasing focus on safety and a more thorough examination of how the village can reduce the amount of waste that is going into landfills that shouldn't be, especially food waste. I look forward to seeing more of an emphasis on, or a continued emphasis on mental health as part of public health. I want to congratulate Commissioner Maxim on her first election. Must be fun actually having, an election, not just selection, though she's done a great job in her time. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of what she's going to do, hopefully more town halls and greater interaction with the community. I want to congratulate Commissioner-elect Mellon Mergoven as she joins this group of commissioners. I am looking forward to your expertise and knowing that we face some financial challenges to see what grants you may be gotten because you have found these opportunities. At least that's my wishful thinking. And I have to say, I like to step back, and no offense to the gentleman in the room here, but I'm excited about having a majority of women on the council, a majority of the council being women. I have to think this is going to make a difference. I look forward to a council that listens well, that collaborates well. Anyhow, congratulations, all of you. I wish you well, and I'll be watching.
All right. So no formal communications. There's no department reports on tonight's agenda. We're at bills by resolution. Madam Clerk, whenever you're ready.
Be it resolved by the Council of the Village of Forest Park, Cook County, Illinois, that we dispense with the reading of the individual bills Inasmuch as each department head has approved and signed bills in the following aggregate amount for the respective departments. Refunds and allocations, $250. Public Affairs, $219,817.87. Police Department, $1,293.22. Community Center, $2,387.09. Accounts and Finance Clerk's Office, $185,870.33. Accounts and Finance Fire Department, $16,058.43. Department of Health and Safety, $7,020. Streets and Public Improvements, $83,939.63. Public Property, $45,872.01. Seizures, $16,113.05. Federal Customs, $172.22. TIF, $7,330.50. VIP, $1,269.01. Water Department, $7,566.24, for a total of $594,959.60.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioners, is there a motion to approve the resolution on the bills?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Burns. Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Maxim. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Burns,
Aye.
Commissioner Maxim,
Aye.
Commissioner Nero,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye.
This is Resolution R-37-23.
Okay, Commissioners, there's no unfinished business on tonight's agenda. There is no new business under this portion of tonight's meeting. Commissioner Burns, do you have anything to report in terms of Commissioner's report?
No, I was all talked out the last meeting, but I'm glad to see a great crowd here, and I just, again, congratulations to the new council. I know they'll work well together.
Commissioners, any words for Commissioner Burns?
Just thank you for everything you've done. And I know you'll continue to be an important part of Forest Park, as you always have been.
Commissioner Neal?
Yes, sir. Sure. I think you're being too modest, Joe. Joe's got a resume a mile long. He's been serving as commissioner here for the last 8 years. He served on the police force, and you can find him at any function in town volunteering his time. He's a consummate gentleman. He's a leader. He's been a great friend to me and to many others. He's got a fantastic family, and anybody that gets an opportunity to run across Joe, he's always quick with a joke. He'll always make you laugh, and you will be missed. I know everybody's saying your last one. This may be your last opportunity to serve as commissioner here on the dais, but I know that you'll be actively involved in town, and I'm looking forward to your continued volunteering in town. And it's been an honor and a pleasure working with you, sir.
I think you said that very well, and I
Yes.
will concur. I want to thank you for your positive energy and your professionalism and your kindness, your long service to Forest Park, your friendship, and your joke of the day. Thank you.
Commissioner Burns, I think we all appreciate your formal service here. It's nice to see your family here, Tom and Heather and Sandy Burns here. I'm sure that the Easter Bunny sends his regards, and Santa Claus probably sends his regards. I don't know anyone who's volunteered for Forest Park like you. You know, I can remember all those years when we had the law school picnic, and I knew you were going to be there serving hot dogs and cooking hot dogs. Same thing, 4th of July, similar events. You're a well-respected person in town, and we thank you for your service here. And of course, you're not going to go anywhere because you're on the agenda for later, right? I said you're not going to go anywhere because you're on the agenda for later. All right, so at this point, we'll go ahead and Chair will entertain a motion to adjourn this portion of tonight's meeting so that we can swear in the new council. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Burns,
Aye.
Commissioner Maxim,
Aye.
Commissioner Nero,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye, we adjourn for sine die, but don't go anywhere.
Got cameras, we're gonna go ahead. Yeah, that. Have a better profile. Very good.
Who wants to see me in a picture?
So are we gonna use mics? Should we shut these off and use the public mics, do you think? Are we gonna use mics? Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Turn the other.
Everyone, this is Judge. Molina Gonzalez of Forest Park resident. Families can be born.
Get on that side so that the pictures will look better.
hiding.
No, against you.
I get it.
All right, raise your right hand to be sworn. I, Marie, repeat after me. I, Maria Maxim,
I, Maria Maxim,
having been elected to the office of Commissioner for the Village of Forest Park
having been elected to the office of Commissioner of the Village of Forest Park
in the County of Cook,
in the County of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of Commissioner
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of Commissioner
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations,
Thank
Commissioner.
you.
Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Michelle Mellon Rogovan,
I, Michelle Mellon Rogovan,
having been elected to the office of Commissioner
having been elected to the office of Commissioner
for the Village of Forest Park
for the Village of Forest Park
in the County of Cook,
in the County of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties of Commissioner,
and I will faithfully
discharge
discharge
the duties of Commissioner
the duties of Commissioner
to the best of my ability.
to the very best of my ability.
Congratulations, Commissioner. All right, Mr. Nero?
Yes.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Repeat after, raise your right hand to be sworn. I, Ryan Nero,
I, Ryan Nero,
having been elected to the office of Commissioner
having been elected to the office of Commissioner
for the Village of Forest Park
for the Village of Forest Park
in the County of Cook,
in the County of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of Commissioner to the best of my ability.
of the office of Commissioner to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. Last but definitely not least, raise your right hand to be sworn. Repeat after me, please. I, Jessica Vogt, having been elected to the office of Commissioner
The office of Commissioner
for the Village of Forest Park
for the Village of Forest Park
in the County of Cook,
in the County of Cook,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of Commissioner to the best of my ability.
of Commissioner to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
He's shy. Probably not, though.
This is our Cook County Clerk, Karen A. Yarborough.
Want to raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Rory Hoskins,
Having been elected to the office of mayor
having been elected to the office of mayor
for the Village of Forest Park
for the Village of Forest Park
in Cook County,
in Cook County,
aforesaid,
aforesaid,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the State of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties
of mayor to the best of my ability.
of mayor to the best of my abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Let's face it, at the end of the day, it's not done until the paperwork is done. It's real. It's real. I do have the others for, oh, you have, yeah, we have the others for. Yes, want to get you those. It still says. Oh, get that, they're ready for you. Yep.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will resume this evening's council meeting. The clerk will read a proclamation of the official results of the consolidated general election from April 4, 2023. Madam Clerk, when you're ready.
Yes. I, Vanessa Moritz, Village Clerk for the Village of Forest Park, do hereby proclaim that the official certificate of results from the Cook County Clerk for the April 4, 2023 consolidated election for the Village of Forest Park has been received by my office, and the number of votes set forth opposite their respective name for the office of mayor and commissioner is listed below. For mayor, Rory Hoskins, 2,133. John Doss, 1,126. For commissioner, Jessica Vogt, 2,212. Maria Maxim, 2,183. Ryan C. Nero, 1,940. Michelle Mellon Rogovin, 1,738. Ryan R. Russ, 1,508. Joseph Joe Landgrebe, 1,057. I, Vanessa Moritz, do therefore proclaim that the following individuals are the persons duly elected mayor and commissioners of the Village of Forest Park to wit. Mayor Rory Hoskins, commissioners Jessica Vogt, Maria A. Maxim, Ryan C. Nero, Michelle Mellon Rogovin.
Okay, Madam Clerk, would you take the roll?
Commissioner Maxim,
Here.
Commissioner Mellon Rogovin. Here. Commissioner Nero.
Here.
Commissioner Vogt.
Here.
Mayor Hoskins.
Here. Public comment.
I have none.
Okay. Okay, there's no public comments. We're moving to new business. First item is to designate a commissioner to be in charge and supervise the Department of Accounts and Finance. Is there a motion to appoint Commissioner Maxim to have charge of Accounts and Finance? Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Nero. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. It's been seconded by Commissioner Vogt. Discussion? Commissioner Maxim, discussion?
Yeah, thank you for the nomination, Commissioner Nero. For a long time, things have been done according to traditions, but sometimes traditions don't make the most sense. And if we're talking about putting someone in charge of a department, it makes a lot of sense to look at the skill sets that a person has. I have an undergraduate degree in accounting. I worked for Arthur Andersen for several years. I have taught college level business math classes. And for the better part of the past decade, I have been and still am an accountant for a doctor's office in Oak Park on a part-time basis. I have amazing relationships with all the department heads, and I feel I would be a true asset in this position. Thank you.
Is there any further discussion?
Yeah, I have a question. I appreciate you mentioning tradition. I know traditionally they've given accounts and finance to the person who received the most votes. There's always been talk about these different departments and who's in charge of them and if they bring special qualities or skill sets to them. I do appreciate your educational experience. I will say that in my line of work, I am actively managing budgets every day. They vary in size from a couple thousand to hundreds of thousands of dollars to deliver a product on time and under budget more often than not. So we do have experiences that are of value to all of these positions. We aren't applying for Tish's job. We're applying to provide oversight of a department and support to that department. So I believe your assets are valuable in our budgeting meeting and at these meetings when we're talking about things. I think it's also important to look at actual track record. I have a proven track record over the last 4 years of delivering things to this village that have led to, I think, long-term financial savings and growth, like the tree survey, which identified a lot of issues. And it's something that I managed objectively and impartially by working with Sal to reduce his budget so that we could pay for that matching grant because I knew how important the tree survey was. I think it's more than just looking at education or a couple of jobs, but it's also looking at our track record. And for 4 years, I worked very hard for this village and I've delivered actionable items like that, like the fleet management plan. I'm a little confused as to, this seems very predetermined. I knew nothing about what was going to happen today walking into this, and you all seem to, which is disappointing. I would like to know why all of a sudden you in particular want to leave your position. I'm very surprised. I know that you ran saying, I believe so strongly in mental health, please reelect me so I can continue this good work. And you were reelected to that position if we're going by vote totals. So I'm a little taken aback right now. Sorry if I'm sort of riffing on my thoughts, but I'm a little confused as to why we're going in this direction and why this was decided without even discussing it with me.
The council selects what commissioner assumes what role. There has been an informal tradition about how certain roles were decided, but that's not codified in statute. That tends to serve a majority. So it doesn't bind this council. I believe that you have had time to discuss your preferences with commissioners, whether you had a substantive conversation with someone or a very brief conversation with someone. The council is prepared to vote. And part of this role is to have relationships, working relationships. And sometimes board members don't build sufficient relationships. And sometimes those board members are not selected to lead. And whether you're confused or whether you're just disappointed, in this case, commissioners are free to talk. It doesn't violate Open Meetings Act. And so there's nothing really else to say other than the council will select which commissioner will head what department, and we'll all move forward. We'll work together and we'll try to make Forest Park a better place and improve on the work we've done in the last 4 years.
I have one other comment. And I hope, unfortunately, that this isn't punitive because I chose to run independently. I don't know if that is what you mean by building relationships.
So we're not going to make this political. We're not talking about elections. We're
But I
not
will
talking
say
about
that-
campaigns run. You're welcome to talk with commissioners after this vote to talk about how we can work together and move Forest Park forward. But we're not going to rehash conversations related to politics. Okay, we're not going to do that.
I have one comment.
You can make your comment, then we're going to vote.
I do think that, it's important to remember that maintaining independence is crucial for building trust with the community and ensuring the integrity of one's work. You know, when a large portion of a candidate's financing comes from the mayor, it unfortunately calls into question that commissioner's ability to function independently.
So we're not going to
And-
talk about the elections. We're not talking about politics.
like to finish.
You're out of order if you're talking about the elections.
I would like to
Okay.
finish.
If you finish and stay away from elections, that's fine.
While I may not have the support of this council, I know that I have the support of the village and I appreciate their confidence in me because I ran as an independent voice for the people and folks responded to that. Collaboration, transparency, and accountability are essential to effectively meet the challenges we face. I had hoped that we would be able to support each other and move forward. But absent following tradition or the will of the people or my proven track record for 4 years, I believe Commissioner Nero would be a sensible compromise. I think he's professional, he's a team player, and he's made decisions that are in the best interest of Forest Park. And he's made a commitment to truly addressing the financial issues that are facing this village. I would be happy to stay in public property. We've done great work.
We're not on public property.
I
We're on
understand.
council
I'm
property.
just making my case. Because this isn't about me or a power play. This is about what I think is best for the village. And I would like to amend the motion to appoint Ryan Nero to Council and Finance.
So we have a motion to amend the main motion. Is there a second to that motion? Okay, I don't hear a second to that motion. So the motion fails for lack of second. We're back to the main motion. Is there any further comment? Commissioner Mellon Govan.
I just want to say that having, during this whole process and being a new commissioner, it's a learning process for me. I have tried to garner a lot of knowledge and experience from my fellow commissioners, but also from resources about how, like websites, et cetera, about how this process goes. Just, finished my Open Meetings Act training. And, I decided, I really wanted to come in today with an open mind as to how to, and I wanted to hear how this process was going to go today before I voted on who was going to take what position, taking in all of the understanding of how, what role statutes play, what role tradition plays, and what role past precedent plays in this process. So as a new person, not having an experience in the past, I just want to say I truly came in today saying I wanted my thought process and my decision-making to be part of, hearing what happened today and making my decision accordingly. So and the fact is we have people with lots of experience and knowledge and skills who could do a good job. To respond and to say, it is a hard decision. I personally think this is a very hard decision to make, which is why I literally walking into the room today, I didn't know, and it's a very hard decision for me to make how to vote. So I don't know, it's a done deal. It wasn't a done deal for me. I can say that. So I just wanted to put that out there. And so it wasn't decided for me when I walked in the room. And that's what I wanted to put out.
Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxim,
Aye.
Commissioner Mellon Ragoven,
Nay.
Commissioner Nero. Commissioner Vogt,
No.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye. Commissioners, next item is an ordinance designating the commissioner in charge and the supervisor for the Department of Public Health and Safety for the Village of Forest Park. The chair will entertain a motion to appoint Commissioner Ryan Nero to have charge over this department. Is there a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Maxham. Is there a second? Been seconded by Commissioner Nero. Discussion?
Sure, Mayor. So I think the hard part really is over, right? I mean, all of these candidates up here put in the work for the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, canvassing the neighborhood, putting themselves out there, attending forums to get to this point. So regardless what happens here, it's about moving Forest Park forward. I want to key in on an important comment that was made, the relationship piece. That's the business we're in. We're in the business of relationships, right? The business of getting along and moving the village forward. And I think that's important. And I think that's probably what drove a lot of people to the polls, and the results are what you see up here. That being said, I would be remiss. I did enjoy the 4 years with Sal Stella in Public Works. They do a great job. Director Stella is phenomenal. He's got a great team. But I think it's time for me personally, professionally, and for the village to really leverage some of my other skills. So for those of you that may not know, I have over 22, 23 years in the construction industry, the building industry, 3 professional credentials tied to professional safety and health. And so I think that fits well with our building department because a lot of that is, understanding code and code enforcement and regulation, which ties very closely to what Director Glinke does. And overall safety, of course, and sustainability is a big part of what I do. And a big push within my organization is this mental health awareness, which is affecting construction workers astronomically with their suicide rates. So it's something that's very near and dear to me. And all of those things tie very nicely into this particular department. And so I think giving those things, I think all of the commissioners have a skill set that they possess that would allow them to be successful in any particular role up here. But I think it's our responsibility to look at, look at your education, look at your background, look at your skills and ability, what you've done, and move forward to provide the best value for Forest Park. And so I think the next move logically for me to serve the village would certainly be in the public health and safety sector. Thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner Nero. Is there any further discussion? Commissioner Maxim.
Commissioner Nero, I think you will be great in that role. And you will also enjoy the department immensely. I have really, really loved working with the small but very, very mighty Department of Public Health and Safety. I have real love in my heart for Steve Glinke and Sandy Nutley and Scott Papelka, none of whom are here tonight, but they're amazing, amazing people who do great things for this town.
All right. Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Maxim,
Aye.
Commissioner Mellon Ragoven,
Aye.
Commissioner Nero,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye.
I forgot to announce the ordinance number. For the previous ordinance was ordinance O-20-23. This one for health and safety is Ordinance O-21-23.
Mr. Burns, why do you say something?
He's off the clock.
Commissioners, next item is an ordinance designating a commissioner to be in charge and supervise the Department of Streets and Public Improvement for the Village of Forest Park. The chair will entertain a motion to appoint Commissioner Mellon Rogovan to be in charge of streets and public improvements. Is there a motion?
I make that motion
It's been moved by Commissioner Mellon Rogovan.
joyfully.
Joyfully. Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Maxim. Discussion?
I'll say that I had a wonderful tour today with Director Sal Stella. And I know a lot more about water and pumping systems and trucks and yes, and I'm very enthusiastic and excited and and I had a great tour today with Rachel Entler and met everyone today in Village Hall, and I'm very excited to get to work. But it would be my greatest pleasure to be in the Department of Streets and Public Improvement.
Thank you, Commissioner. Is there any further discussion on this one? Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxim,
Aye.
Commissioner Mellon Rogovan,
Aye.
Commissioner Nero,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye.
This is ordinance O-22-23.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioners, next item is an ordinance designating the commissioner to be in charge and supervise the Department of Public Property for the Village of Forest Park. Chair will entertain a motion to appoint Commissioner Vogt to be in charge of public property. Is there a motion?
Nero will make that motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Nero. Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Maxim. Discussion? Okay, there's no discussion. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxim,
Aye.
Commissioner Mellon Rogovan,
Aye.
Commissioner Nero,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt, Mayor Hoskins.
Aye.
This is ordinance O-23-23.
Okay. Okay, the next item is a resolution honoring Commissioner Joseph Burns upon the conclusion of his term from elected office in the Village of Forest Park. Madam Clerk, do you have the resolution to be read into the record?
I do. Resolution honoring Joseph Burns upon the conclusion of his term from elected office in the Village of Forest Park, Cook County, Illinois. Whereas Joseph Burns was first elected Commissioner of the Village of Forest Park, Cook County, Illinois on April 7, 2015, and accepted the responsibilities of the Department of Accounts and Finance. And whereas as the Commissioner of Accounts and Finance, Joseph acted as Vice President of the Village Council, and he was charged with overseeing the finances of the village, the operations of the fire department, and the operations of the village clerk's office. And whereas Commissioner Burns was reelected on April 2nd, 2019, and accepted the responsibilities of the Department of Public Health and Safety, having jurisdiction and supervision over the building department, the code enforcement department, and all the inspectors charged with enforcing village health, safety, zoning, and building codes. And whereas Commissioner Burns on July 16, 2021, once again accepted the responsibilities of the Department of Accounts and Finance, overseeing the finances of the village, the operations of the fire department, and the operations of the village clerk's office, and acted as the Vice President of the Village Council. And whereas Commissioner Burns was instrumental in the establishment of a fleet fund, putting forth a financial plan to service and maintain the village's vehicles, as well as created a vehicle replacement plan and encouraged strong fiscal management with the creation of a fund balance policy to ensure stable service delivery, meet future needs, and protect against financial instability. And whereas Commissioner Burns helped guide contract negotiations with employee unions, supporting fair bargaining and pay equity adjustments for village employees, and help the fire department return to the use of in-house paramedic firefighters. And whereas Commissioner Burns was also influential in helping to garner millions of dollars in state and federal grants, supporting a number of projects over his 8-year tenure. And under his leadership and in conjunction with the council action, the village benefited from a thorough streetscape reconstruction along both Roosevelt Road and Madison Street west of Des Plaines Avenue. The demolition of several dilapidated buildings located near the Altenheim residences, adding street cameras and license plate readers to village streets to aid the police department in protecting the community, and the repainting of the north and south water towers. And whereas during a global COVID-19 pandemic, Commissioner Burns was instrumental in keeping the village within its fiscal means, encouraging conservative spending during the pandemic, supporting employee safety precautions, including supplying masks and COVID-19 vaccinations, help facilitate collaboration between local, county, and state offices to bring a Department of Health COVID-19 vaccination site to Forest Park, making vaccinations easily accessible to residents. And whereas over the years, many decisions occurred, small and large, that affected the quality of life for both the residents and the business community of Forest Park, advocated for the separation of the village's combined sewer systems, helping to alleviate the flooding of basements during heavy storms, reconstructed countless miles of new alleys and streets, supported green initiatives, including green alleys, electric vehicle charging stations, and the single-use plastic foodware ordinance, and supported the re-engagement of the village's Environmental Control Commission, the Board of Health, the Diversity Commission, and the Youth Commission. And whereas Commissioner Burns served in the U.S. Air Force from 1965 to 1973, where he served 2 tours in Vietnam and received a Purple Heart for his bravery for assisting injured fellow soldiers to flee to safety while he himself was injured. And whereas Commissioner Burns served as a Forest Park police officer from January 15th, 1974 until his day of retirement on July 20th, 1999 as deputy chief, serving the Forest Park Police Department for over 25 years. He also served as a Park District of Forest Park Commissioner from 2001 to 2007, where he was instrumental in rebuilding the soccer field, adding a spray park to the aquatic center, and renovating the baseball fields. He now serves as a Park District Ambassador. And whereas on a personal level, Commissioner Burns has been an active volunteer, helping the Chamber of Commerce with many events, working the grill at the Park District's annual No Glove softball tournament, flipping pancakes, burgers, and more for St. Bernardine School and Church. And whereas Commissioner Burns has been a dedicated public servant, having conducted himself in a professional manner, earning the respect of those with whom he has served and those he has been entrusted to serve, contributing to the betterment of his office and the community as a whole. Commissioner Burns's dedication to his duties as an elected official in the village of Forest Park is an inspiration. Now therefore be it resolved by the mayor and council of the village of Forest Park, Cook County, Illinois as follows. That the mayor and village council for its members and all the residents of the village of Forest Park extend to Commissioner Burns sincere gratitude for his professional, dedicated, and productive service to the village of Forest Park, and congratulates him upon his departure from public office, and wish Joe and his wife Sandy and their children, Tom and Heather, many years of health and happiness. The village of Forest Park appreciates his contributions to the community. Be it further resolved that this resolution be spread in full upon the minutes of the proceedings of the council, and a suitable copy hereof be presented to Commissioner Joe Burns with the heartfelt thanks of the village and deep appreciation for his many years of public service.
Commissioner Burnt, we have something for you, Commissioner.
Does it pull out with all the stuff? Short resume. My goodness, right? I didn't know. That's unbelievable. And he got injured. Yeah, it's fantastic.
That we don't have a motion. There's no action on this. You know, sometimes we do. By, yeah.
But. Business of safety, let's fix this now.
Okay, we're almost there. Commissioners, next item for approval is ratification of a mental health fair contract for a community art project. Is there a motion to ratify the community art project?
I will make that motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Maxim. Is there a second?
Nero will second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Nero. Discussion? There's no discussion, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Maxim,
Aye.
Commissioner Mellon Rogovin,
Aye.
Commissioner Nero,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt, Mayor Hoskins.
Aye. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Commissioners, next item is a motion to approve specifications related to solicitation of proposals from masonry contractors to repair the brick wall at the village's pump station located at Hannah Avenue and the Eisenhower Expressway, otherwise known as I-290. Is there a motion to approve?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Vogt. Is there a second?
Second.
Been seconded by Commissioner Mellon Rogovin. Discussion? There's no discussion, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Maxim,
Aye.
Commissioner Mellon Rogovin,
Aye.
Mayor, Commissioner Nero,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye. Okay, Commissioners, final item under new business for tonight is motion to direct the Forest Park Board of Fire and Police Commissioners to offer employment to the two next eligible probationary police officers and to promote the next eligible patrol officer to the rank of sergeant due to two retirements within the police department. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Thank you. It's been moved by Commissioner Mellon Rogovin. Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Maxim. Discussion? Okay, there's no discussion, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Maxim,
Aye.
Commissioner Mellon Rogovin,
Aye.
Commissioner Nero,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye. Commissioners, that concludes tonight's new business. We're at Administrator's Report. Moses.
All right, so under Commissioners' reports, the mayor has a few proclamations this evening. I also want to make a couple of shout outs, in addition to some other comments as well, a couple of updates. So it's very fitting that today, commencement of new terms for our mayor and commissioners. And we just listened to Commissioner Burns's career. That it occurs during National Public Service Week. So to our elected officials, to our staff, to our government partners, and there's a lot of government partners here in the audience this evening. Thank you for being here. And to our community volunteers, we do have a lot of community volunteers in the audience this evening. Many thanks to you for your service and dedication to the Forest Park community. It's great to see everyone. It takes a village to build and operate a community, and we just can't do it alone. So we rely on everybody here to build Forest Park, to make it a great community. And in recognition of National Public Service Week, thank you so much. Next, I must also acknowledge that last week was Municipal Clerks Week. So I'd like to recognize Vanessa, obviously I'd like to recognize you too, Karen. You know, clerks get things done. That's what you said last year. And obviously Vanessa gets things done. But I also want to thank not just Vanessa in the clerk's office staff, but our finance department as well. We're understaffed right now and they're working double and triple duty. And I know it's been a tough month. You know, a lot going on right now, the end of the fiscal year. And it's also license and permit renewal time. So your extra efforts are noted and very appreciated. I know it's been challenging. We can't thank you enough to not just the clerk's office, finance, and everybody in Village Hall. So thank you very much. As I just alluded to it, you know, we do have several job openings at the present time at the village, including 2 available firefighter positions that will require testing very soon. So if you or anyone that you know is looking for a new position, either full or part-time, please visit our website, forestpark.net, for more information. This week, paving on Des Plaines Avenue will take place, the binder course. And I just want to say something here because it's a very major thoroughfare. It provides access to I-290. Obviously, it affects the morning and rush hour evening commute. So just keep this in mind as you plan your commute along this corridor. I believe that they'll knock out the binder paving course this week. And then when the final paving will take place, we'll make an announcement on our website and e-newsletter. I don't know when that's going to take place yet. And lastly, the clerk's office window starting on Monday will only be open during the hours of between 1 and 5 p.m. Again, this is due to staffing shortages in the clerk's office. The phones will still be on, you know, starting at 8 a.m. But with the window being closed, it allows the clerk's office some additional flexibility to assist with phone calls and other duties during the morning hours. We're asking that the public, that where possible, please utilize the village's online resources via its webpage to minimize one need to travel to Village Hall. We also have a drop box available outside the front door. Please take advantage of online bill pay options. Again, respective departments may be reached by phone or email. Parking permits will now be available either online or at the parking division window. Thank you for your patience and understanding during this time. That concludes my report. If anyone has any questions, please let me know. Thank you.
Thank you, Moses. Do you want to read the proclamations for National Police Week or do you have them? So we're going to skip the reading of the proclamations, but we are recognizing National Police Week, National Public Works Week, and National Tennis Month of May. Coach Bernard really wanted that to be wrote into the record. And I want to recognize that we do have a number of elected officials. In addition to our county clerk, Karen A. Yarborough, we have with us Judge Chloe Pedersen. We have our own Judge Teresa Molina Gonzalez. We have Park District Commissioner Kristen Lyons in the back. And we have our school board president, Shannon Wood, and the school board vice president, Monique Cotton Yancey. So we're happy to have these units of local government join us tonight. Commissioner Maxim.
I just have a few words. It's as always an honor to be sitting up here as it is every single meeting. But in particular, after being elected, I want to thank my family who's here in the room, my husband, Jason, and 2 of my kids, Cassidy and my oldest, Alex. My other son, Toby, couldn't be here tonight. And I also want to thank my brother and my mom and my sisters and my dad, who's no longer with us. And the election there were a lot of difficulties, in the election, and I felt so much support from my family and also from the community who really lifted me up many times over the past 6 months. I went through some very difficult things. I want to thank Mayor Rory Huskins. You saw something in me when I was with the newspaper and stole me away from them. And you've been a mentor and a friend, and yes, a donor to my campaign. And we haven't always agreed on things or voted the same way on things. But I think that says a lot about our relationship, that we can continue to work together for the best of Forest Park, even if we sometimes have different ideas about what that means. And I would very much like to say thank you to the department heads and village staff. You have all been advisors to me at different times, and you've supported me professionally and personally. When I came in with the newspaper, I know all of you didn't trust me, because who trusts the newspaper, right? But I think I earned your trust, and I have the utmost respect for you. And you are the ones who work day in and day out to keep this village running, and you do it in a very professional and excellent manner. And I have, like I said, the utmost respect for you. And then a very deep thank you to the Department of Public Health and Safety. Like I mentioned before, Steve Glinke, Sandy Nutley, and Scott Popelka have been friends. They've been advisors. They make me smile when I go walk down there. There's always a joke to be told. And I have learned so much about this village and how it's run from Director Glinke, who, as you know, has spent decades serving this town. I'm sad not to be working with them anymore, but I will still visit frequently. And I am grateful to be here, and I look forward to every single day of the next 4 years. Thank you.
Commissioner Nero.
Yes, sir. I would say no matter what name or what title is on the front of the dais here, that we all really kind of overlap over the course of our term here, which is good, right? It really is. And what's interesting to me is, of course, I'm excited to get started here with our new term, but each person sitting up here presents or provides or has a certain set of qualifications, skills that they have had, based upon their walk of life, their education, their experiences, their family, how they grew up. And I think when you really think about that, it provides us different perspectives, and those perspectives help to drive the Village of Forest Park forward. And I think that's what I'm most excited about. And I'm excited to work for you and get things moving here. A lot of exciting things in the building department or public health and safety. So thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Nero. Commissioner Mellon McGovern.
Yes, I'm very excited to be here. I feel very fresh and new, like a shiny penny. But I am very excited to start learning about streets and public improvement, and working with my fellow commissioners and the mayor, and making a difference in writing grants and looking at public finance, and helping again to look at that Venn diagram and how I can collaborate and be a part of listening to residents and making a difference in the village in the ways that in the ways that I can. And I'm just very appreciative of the voters that supported my efforts, and appreciative that I can be a part of the community that I love so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner Vogt.
I have a few normal business items to discuss. We did celebrate our Arbor Day tree planting last week, and it was amazing. We had students take part in the celebration, and we've tried to continue that every year. So I want to thank Norris at D91 for all of her help to make sure that happens. We had some choir members perform during the celebration, and they were fantastic. So a big thank you to D91, Dr. Alvarez, and the choir. And then also a thank you to Vicki Rakowski, the library director, for hosting the tree and the ceremony this year, and Amy Bins-Kelvey, the rec board chair, and Alicia Hammond, community engagement manager at the library, for their work in planning the event. And then Jeff Kelvy, who made the little traveling tree that folks decorated with leaves that they colored and wrote down poems and reasons why they think trees are important. So thank you to Jeff Kelvy for his continued generosity and work with the community. We also welcome the Illinois Prairie Path Corporation and Forest Preserves of Cook County. So it was a great event. And then the dog park ribbon cutting was so much fun. And I want to thank everyone who braved the little bit of rain and came out and celebrated Juliet Harrington's successful efforts to improve the dog park. Thanks to Director Stella and our Public Works crew for their hard work installing the agility toys and giving it a huge deep cleaning before the event. It looked fantastic. And Juliet's speech was so inspiring as she talked about giving to the community and kindness. And it was just a really uplifting event. And then just to talk about the last 4 years, I'm thrilled to be in public property and continue the work that we've started. I want to thank Sal and Public Works for their professionalism and their hard work in a wonderful 4 years, and I'm looking forward to 4 more. And our departments are not islands. We all cross over and work together. So I want to thank staff who have retired, Tim Gillian, John Doss, Chief Aftanis, Chief McDermott, along with everyone here tonight. Director Deluski, Olmsted, Glinky, Stella, Chief Chipetta, Chief Gross, Clerk Moritz, Administrator Amade. I just want to thank all of you for your leadership and service to this community. We've had a lot of challenges over the past 4 years, and there'll be some more going forward, but I believe in kindness and collaboration, and I look forward to working with everyone for another 4 years.
Thank you, Commissioner Vogt. Earlier, I recognized a few elected officials. I think all of the elected officials that I recognized were women. This is the time when I'll recognize, the male elected officials. We have John Lyons in the back. He also serves on the school board. He's outshone by his spouse a lot of times. That's a joke. And then we have former Commissioner Chris Harris, also with us tonight. Having said that, the chair will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Nero will make that motion.
It's been moved by Commissioner Nero. Is there a second?
I'll second.
It's been seconded by Commissioner Maxim. Madam Clerk?
Commissioner Maxim,
Aye.
Commissioner Mellon Rogovan,
Aye.
Commissioner Nero,
Aye.
Commissioner Vogt.
Aye.
Mayor Hoskins.
Aye, we stand adjourned.